should have told me earlier, boss. I don't have my equipment.
Stay out of sight and you won't need it. And Fisher, don't kill any of them. Until proven otherwise, they are our allies.
Sam, I want you to find whatever you can on Takfir and Masood. Now that we know they're involved, we have to know about their organization.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to our Splinter Cell Double Agent walkthrough. This is mission number 7, Kinshasa. So this mission here is not too tough. It is different from its 360 counterpart, which is one of the reasons why I went through this game first. And we'll do the 360 version at a different time. But this mission is a lot different from the 360 version. We do not have our goggles or equipment on us at all. So just wait till those two are done talking and you should be able to sneak right on by. There is a guard behind you, but he is sleeping, so you can just keep going along the left side and you should be able to get by and enter the elevator. Now this mission has a lot of timing involved with the lights and all that stuff, so it is very random based. I will try to give you guys the best advice I could give you, but it is RNG based, so when you go through it, it may be different than you see me do it, but you should get the same timing eventually. But you will have to work around with it and see what you, how your timing works out and everything. So just go ahead and crawl in this convenient placed vent. Now sometimes in this section you may be sitting here for 2 minutes before the power goes, the lights go off again. So alright, so when you hear that noise, that basically means the lights are off. It is going to be random based for you, so I can't tell you exactly when the lights will go off for you. You'll just have to play through the mission and hopefully get the same timing. Now, if you do have the same timing as I do, wait on this guard. You don't got to worry about the guards on the inside. They don't come out here. This guy has a back and forth pattern, and his pattern never changes. So if you just stay up against the wall here, you should be perfectly fine. So while he's on his way back, you can go ahead and move up. If you want to perform a save, you're more than welcome to do so, as this mission is a little bit complicated to get through, but hopefully this walkthrough will be able to help anybody out there struggling with certain sections in this mission. So right here, you're just going to get up against the wall. This guy has a back and forth pattern as well. When he turns around, you're perfectly fine. So we have this thing we have to hack, and we have 2 objectives in this room. Once you hack this keypad, there's going to be 2 guards automatically scripted to come in here. One of 2 things can happen. You can grab the computer just in time and hopefully make it in the door to get the other objective before the lights come back on. And they will either glitch out, which is what happens here. And they are making their way in right now. So hurry over to this door and get in here as quickly as possible. You do not have to shut the door. And go ahead and search this cabinet. So one of 2 things can happen here. The guards will either be sitting down if you do not grab the computer when you come in this room. If you go straight to this room that I'm in right now, if you do not grab this computer, the guard will sit down. If you do grab the computer, they will just stand there and talk. After that guy just finishes conversation, they're just standing there. They're not even moving. So if the lights are off, take the opportune time to move through here. Hopefully the lights stay off and this guy is in a different pattern as he's heading back that way. He can be coming through here. So if that is the case, you'll probably have to restart, and hopefully you use either quick saves, which is recommended here, so you can get to this level a lot easier. So I do recommend that you actually just stay up against this wall, as that guard will actually be coming through this way. If you go straight through that way, there is broken glass on the ground throughout this hallway. As you can see, his flashlight is shining. So his pattern is back and forth. He does take his time a lot more than the other guards in this area. This mission is glitched. That is something I do want to point out. So anybody playing this mission, it is glitched. No matter what you do, you will be identified as an intruder. You can go ahead and move up. And it mainly has to do with the second part of this mission. So don't think that you did anything wrong. It's just the way the mission is. I tried a bunch of things, and one of the bodies that we guys that we knocked out, their body got found. That can happen too at a random point in time. So it is one of those things. This mission is tough. It's not an easy mission to do. If he's making his way back here, if you get up against the wall where I am right now, you should be perfectly fine. He should walk straight on by. Once he has passed you, you can go ahead and move up. But take your time. There is glass through here. So you're going to enter this room. And in this room, there's a key card that we have to grab. You need this key card. You don't have time to hack the retinal scanner. So grab the key card. Now there's another guard in that room right there. So make your way around here. And you should be good. Wait for the lights to turn off. This guard has a couple of different patterns. It's mostly back and forth. If you're making your way up here, get in this bathroom here and get up against the wall. Wait for him to pass by and you should be good. There is a camera off in the distance right there. So stay up against the wall right there. There's another guard coming straight out here. Make sure you get up against the wall. So this guy, you just want to follow behind him. Do not move fast. Move at a slow pace, but not too slow. Just enough to where you're not making enough noise, as you don't want him to turn around and spot you. Here you can go ahead and use the key card. And you can enter this room. There's two guards in here. You can get around them. You don't have to take them out. But I do recommend that you do take them out. It makes things a lot easier. Go ahead and get up against this pillar here on the side of the wall. And you want to press Sam up against it. As this guy, if he's walking through here, if you're not up against it like this, he will run into Sam sometimes. And he will pretty much catch you.
Behind it. Many of them.
That is our objective straight in that room right there. We also have an opportunity objective in this room, which is on a computer. However, I don't recommend getting these objectives until you take these guys out. Especially this guy here. So make sure you're pushed up against this pillar, against this back wall here. And when he goes by, you should be good. Now, I do recommend that you get up on him and knock him out. You can either drop his body or you can carry him in the other room. It's up to you. Carrying him in the other room is a risky thing to do because the other guy could possibly see it. Now this guy's pattern is he's going to go up the stairs. If you are quick enough, you should be able to follow behind him without making too much noise. And you should be able to knock him out as well. And this guy's body, I go ahead and hide him underneath the stairwell, as it makes it a lot easier. It's the best place to hide him. So once his body's hidden, you're perfectly good. You can go ahead and grab this secondary objective here. This is a opportunity objective for the NSA. Just take your time with the hacking here and you should be good. You have plenty enough time to get this, so don't worry too much about the timing on it. You should be good. You know what objectives you have completed based on the trust meter and which one it goes toward the most. You still want to be a little bit quiet when you're in this room. There's a guard outside, so you don't want to alert him. So now you're free to pick this guy's body up and just carry him in the other room, as to make sure he does not get found. You can pretty much just lay him right here and you're good. Here's another hacking objective to do. This is for the JBA. This one moves a little quick, but you should still have enough time to be able to line everything up.
Hey there, boss.
Fisher, do you have news for me?
Good news. Takfir and Masood both seem to be playing it straight.
I want to see you right now.
Emil's waiting in 901, and he's not the patient type.
Make sure you use your optic cable here. This guard is heading back, so like I said, based on your timing, he could be either heading this way or he could be going back the opposite way. There is a camera on the other side of the room in this hallway. And if you're not quick enough, then the camera will spot you. It won't spot you getting up on this guy. It can only go so far. So I do recommend that if the lights are out, then you can go ahead and move up. I just wouldn't take a chance with the camera. So while he's heading back that way, you can keep this door open and just get up on him and knock him out. There's a save point outside this room. Don't worry about the camera. Even if the lights are on, you're still good, as the camera can't see that far. And just go ahead and hide his body right here. You should be fine. So when the lights are off, the camera automatically stops moving.
The meeting ended sooner than expected. Were you able to accomplish everything?
I got what you wanted.
Excellent. How do you feel about loyalty, Mr. Fisher?
There have been a few times where it was the only thing that kept me alive.
Without it, there is no foundation for any greater enterprise.
course you did, perhaps. Lambert, come here.
Fisher, what is it?
Hisham's in Kinshasa, and Emil ordered me to kill him.
We know. The CIA just asked for our help. Absent is infiltrating Masood's organization. His cover was blown.
Where is he?
Hiding in the pool area on the lower floors. Take the elevator.
Lambert, Emil wants a body or else.
I understand. Do what you can. And get Hisham out through the parking garage.
Alright, so at this point, if the lights are on, just stay where I am and wait for the lights to go back out. As you probably could make it, but it's not worth the risk for this camera to spot you, because you're pretty much done with this first section here. So all you have to do is make your way to elevators. Once those lights go out, you're pretty much good to go. You could use the save progress if you want, which I do recommend. So this section can go a couple of different ways. There is 2 guards in this section, plus you have an elevator to get to. As you can see, the other guard down there way at the end, he is the guard that we did not take out when we entered the first room to complete our first 2 objectives. So I do recommend that you just stand here. I mean, you could make it through here, but they will get a beat on you. So I would just wait for that guy at the end to just kind of where he's not in your way at all, period. He will leave. Just wait here. It is a lot better to be patient than it is to be impatient. I've learned that over the years just playing these games in general, that patience is a virtue, and it just pays to be patient in this section. So as you can see, I'm trying to whistle to get this guy's attention. Maybe he come over here, but he does not. So once that guy at the end hallway is done, as long as this guy is moving that way, you should be perfectly fine. Get up against this pillar here on the wall. Now you don't want to approach the elevator just yet. Even if you think you'd have the time, you do not have the time, as this guy will be turning around, and because of that light source that's right in front of the elevator, it'll pretty much give you away. Now he's going to be coming this way, so then you just got to move your way around to the other side of the wall. As when he comes over here, he will stare directly in your position. And even though we are in a little bit of darkness, we're not completely dark. So he could see us. So while he's making his way around here, just go ahead and move over. And just wait for his pattern to repeat. Once his pattern repeats, you should be good to go. So while he's heading back that way, you should be able to take the opportunity to go ahead and move up. And you've completed this section. And I'll see you guys on the last section of this mission. Alright, continuing on with this last section here. You're going to switch over to your EMP automation. I believe this is the section where you do get caught. So go ahead and use your EMP automation on this turret. Immediately switch over to the sticky camera. Go ahead and shoot that up against the wall. Use that a couple times to distract these guys. That way you can move up. This guy up ahead here is actually going to turn your way. Stop. Do not move. If you move, he will see you. Go ahead and distract them guys again. Wait for him to light his flare. Otherwise, he will spot you when you try to go up against the wall. There's another guy over here. You can let him go, but he does come back very quickly, so I recommend that you just take him out. Now he's going to get a glimpse of you. Right there you got a glimpse of us, but we were able to get him with the sticky shocker. It's not enough for him to see us, so it's not nothing for you to be alarmed about. Just go ahead and hide his body over here. There is a chance that his body could possibly be found. As this next section was something I just came up with just going through here as I tried to figure out different strategies. The main strategy is there's a pipe for you to climb. However, this strategy I think works better. Wait for this guy to turn around. He could either be going right or left. It depends on what he chooses to do. So switch over to your flash grenade as you get 2 of them. You will be spotted right there just for a second. Go ahead and throw that. Hope that it hits the light. And throw another one just to make sure. And you should be good.
Freeze!
You're hurt.
Just a flesh wound.
I've heard that before. How do we get you to the parking lot?
We walk? I'm gonna need your help with this one, Sam. I was counting the bodies as I walked in here this morning.
Any of these guys about your size?
Don't know.
Go ahead and switch over to your ring 4 rounds. Tell Hisham to wait.
Stay here.
Roger that.
There's 2 separate sections you can go, left or right, depends what you want to do. I prefer this section as I can kind of get a better layout of where these guards are at. And this guy here, you could just sneak right up on him and knock him out with the air 4 round. This guy won't see you whatsoever. And this guy's pretty much in the dark, you don't have to worry about him. So once you knock him out, switch over to your sticky camera. Go ahead and distract this guy. Use the gas to knock him out and you're good.
Come to my position.
So at that point you can call Hisham over. And the reason I recommend that is because this door is a lockpick and you don't want to break it. So, and Hisham, like I said, he's not as stealthy as Sam. So, I mean, he will get caught by the enemy. So, and he doesn't have our tools. So, here's another save progress.
Find a place to hide. Stay here.
Okay, Fisher.
Now, I've gone through this section multiple times, a lot of different ways. I recommend just taking these guys out, period. It's just a lot easier when you're coming back through here, so. There is a spotlight that you do have to watch out for. It is random. As you can see, there's random flares that are on the ground and they're just lit up, so. I go ahead and shoot a sticky camera over this way, get this guy's attention, and you could pretty much knock him out and don't have to mess with him at all, so. This guy is over on this section here. This is an okay spot to stand, as he shouldn't see you at all, so. I go ahead and head back to the sticky camera method. I was going to shoot it there, but he's already making his way back here, so. He was heading the opposite way. Go ahead and use that to knock him out. Like I said, it's better to clear this area so you can get back through here without any issues whatsoever. And go ahead and pick his body up and just hide him over in this dark corner. You should be perfectly fine. So at this point, I'm pretty much going to backtrack. There's another guy that I wanted to knock out so he's not in the way. Switch over to air 4 rounds and just hit him, stun him, and then hit him with the second one to knock him out. He's definitely one of the guys that you do have to be concerned about in this area, as he can ruin you being able to get to the final section. So
Follow me.
at this point, you can just tell Hisham to follow you, and you have a clear path to pretty much run straight through here
You to get over here.
without any issues. And there's 2 more guards down here that you have to take out. Very simple to do. You're going to switch over to your sticky shockers.
Hisham, hide somewhere.
Tell Hisham to wait. As soon as you open up this door, there's going to be a guy running straight across the screen. Just aim about right here, and you should be good. He's pretty much taken out in the dark, and you can head around this car to take out the other guy. This guy never moves from his position. He is in the same position at all times unless you do something to distract him. You could just hide his body right here next to the car, and you should be good.
Hisham, come to my position.
At this point, just tell Hisham to follow you, and you can pretty much extract him. Pick this guy up, as even though he is kind of in the dark, he's not fully in the dark, so go ahead and hide his body up against these trash cans. And now you can initiate a boost over to Hisham.
Can you give me a hand here? This is the place. Leave me here. You've got a chopper to catch.
You sure you're gonna be okay?
Positive. Thanks, Sam. I owe you my life.
Nothing you wouldn't have done for me.
Yeah. But you didn't need the help.
Don't get yourself fixed.
Sam, I want to give you a little present. It's a syringe containing 1 dose of a combination coagulant and adrenaline booster. If you're wounded really badly, it will stop the bleeding and keep your heart pumping. That's the idea.
So it'll take me longer to die.
Well, it's supposed to buy some time for help to arrive. Of course, it's never been field tested.
Thanks.
Just do me a favor. Don't put yourself in a position where you'll need it.
Fisher, come in.
Yes, boss.
Have you found Hamza?
No, he's gone into hiding.
That is unacceptable. I expect more from you. But we are out of time. Clear the extraction area so our helicopter can land. We will discuss this later, I promise you.
Alright, so at this point you're going to head back across to the last section where there's 4 guards, or 3 guards to take out. This section took me a little bit of time to figure out, as they kind of... if they get spooked or something, sometimes they won't go back into their same pattern, so it really just depends. Make sure if the spotlight's on you to get out of the spotlight. You don't want that on you at all. So wait on these two guys to turn around. You should be fine. For some reason, like I said, normally when you spook a guard, eventually they go back to their normal pattern. But for some reason, one of them he didn't go back to his normal pattern at all. So that kind of complicated things up ahead. So I had to come up with stuff on the fly. Once that spotlight's out of your way, you can go ahead and move up. For some reason, that spooked that guy for some reason, and pretty much they're not in their normal pattern at this point in time. As you can see, the first guy right there, he goes back to his normal pattern. But for some reason, this other guy over here, he does not. And at this point, it pretty much changed his pattern. He's just patrolling that area, and that's not a good place to take him out because that thing is going off, so. And these guys you gotta watch out for. They use the flare technique a lot. As you can see, he was heading exactly where I was, so. So at this point, I was thinking about what I should do to take him out. And I was kind of getting a little frustrated with this guy because he was not going back in the same pattern. So I just went with the sticky camera and shot it. And one of them shot the camera and it knocked both of them out. So. This guy automatically turns around and just starts shooting. So at the end of the stats screen, you're going to see that there was one body found. I believe it was the guy that we took out, but normally they would have an alert if they notice you and stuff like that, which we did not get, so. I don't know if the spotlight counts against you if it sees a body. I'm not sure. But I do know for a fact that this mission is glitched, even if there's no bodies found. You're still identified as an intruder no matter what, so. At this point, you can go ahead and place the detonator and pretty much get to the point where you can extract, so. Mission complete. My main concern with this mission is we did not raise any alarms, and you'll see that on the end stat screen. And we completed all of our objectives, opposing objectives, and our opportunity objectives. Hisham's body was canceled because we did not kill him, so we did not have to dispose of his body. Hope you guys enjoy this mission. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.